Good morning to all. So almost I have cleared your queries. That was regarding your question number 12, and then find the least number which must be subtracted from the following number to make each a perfect square. So already I have explained these answers to you how to go for this, and then the question which is parallel to this question is like find the greatest 5-digit number which is a perfect square. So the procedure is quite similar. You have to write the 5-digit number, check the remainder, and remainder you need to subtract from that number, and the resulting number will be a perfect square. Then somebody was asking me what is the answer of question number 11. So question number 11, you see this is given in the mixed number. I told you that the side of the square is x, so area will be x into x square, and then it is given 52 into 857 upon 2116. So x square somewhere when you will just write this mixed fraction into the fraction, this will be 110,889 upon 2116. So I told you to get the value of x, you need to take the square root of both the sides. Then square root of x square will become x, and square root of this side will be 110,889 and square root of 2116. Do not go for any cancellation. Find the square root of this separately. That is 110,889 and 2116. Follow the procedure, whatever I have explained to you. So if you go for the square root, here you will be getting the square root for this number is 333, and for 2116, then you will be finding the square root will be coming is equal to 46. So your answer for this, that is the side of the square, will be equal to 333 upon 46. If you want to leave it here, you can leave it. Otherwise, if you want to convert it into mixed fraction, because in your book the answer is given in the mixed fraction, so that is not necessary to write the answer in the mixed fraction. So I hope that is all about your queries. So yesterday I shared the method to you that was related to your question number 13. Find a least number which must be added. So today I will be taking any one of the question. Suppose I am just going for question number 17. This is the simultaneously a question. There are 500 children in a school. There are 500 children in a school. For a PT drill, they have to stand in such a manner that the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. How many children would be left out of this arrangement? Left out of this arrangement. So you need to pay attention. Means ki I have to find how many students will left out. That is again a question is of perfect square. So let the number of rows. Let the number of rows is equal to x. Let the number of student in each row. Student in each row again is equal to x. So total strength is given. What is that? I have to adjust 500 students, that x are the rows and x are the students. So I have to check how many students will left out. So according to condition, number of rows and number of students standing in each row, that is x into x, will give me the total strength 500. How many rows are there and how many students are standing in each row is the total strength. So x into x, that is x square, is equal to 500. Now again what I need to do is taking square root of both the sides. X square is equal to 500. So when you go for this, then it is 2 2s are 4. 5 minus 4 is 1, and here it is 100. So double of 2 is 4. Now you see here, yesterday I told which must be added to this 500 to make it a perfect square, or how many students will be left out. So I have to see 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12. So I have to check whether which will solve my purpose here. Suppose I am taking 2 2s are 4 and 2 4s are 8. So if I will take 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, so that is 16 students will left out. So now you check. If 500 students are there and I subtract this remainder, so I will be getting a perfect square, that is 484. So 484 students you can manage in such a way that the number of rows will be equal to the number of students in each row. 500 is not a perfect square. So my point of discussion is this question is again belonging to this question number 12 somewhere. Find the least number which must be subtracted from the following number to make it a perfect square. Why? Because 500 is there, 500 itself is not a perfect square. How many students will left out? Means how many students I need to subtract from 500 so that the remaining students could be adjusted in such a way that how many rows will be there, those many students will be there in those rows. So 16 will be the remainder. Subtract 16 from 500, 484 will be the number. So how many students left out? 16 students I have to left out, and the remaining students I can adjust in this manner. So answer for this will be equal to 16. I hope that is clear to all. Now another question that is opposite to this. Yesterday I was sharing, that was your question number 13, which must be added. So you check your question number 19 here. Find the smallest 4-digit number which is a perfect square. Find the smallest. So smallest 4-digit number. Smallest 4-digit number is what? Smallest 4-digit number you need to write definitely is to 1000. So the question is, which is a perfect square? Find the smallest 4-digit number which is a perfect square. In other words, you can write simultaneously with the statement of this question what must be added to 1000 so that it is a perfect square. So go back to your question number 13. That is also same. Find the least number which must be added to the following number which is a perfect square. So you know 1000 itself is not a perfect square. If I will subtract even 1 from this, it will not remain a 4-digit number. So then I just cannot think about the subtraction. Means I have to think about the addition. So which must be added. So find the square root. That procedure I was sharing with you yesterday. So 3 3s are 9. Here it is 3 3s are 9. 10 minus 9 is 1. 100 double of 3 is 6. So usually I told we are taking less than that of 100 to subtract. But in this case when you have to add, you have to go one step next. So here usually you will take 61. If I will try at 62, that will become what? 124. So I don't have to take 61. What usually we are doing that I am not to do here. I have to go for the next. So I put 2 here and 2 here and 124 here. Then resulting number will be 124 minus 100, that is equal to 24. Usually what you are doing is 100 minus 124. I hope you understand my point. I am saying in this case when you have to add the smallest number to a number to make it a perfect square, in last step of this you have to be very careful. Usually whatever you are doing, you are doing this. You will be getting less than that of 100 to subtract from 100. But to subtract from this number or to add in 1000, you will be go one step next. So that is 62 to the 124 means you have to take greater than that of 100, and from this you have to subtract 100. The resulting number is 24. Now you add 24 to this number. What happens? It becomes 1024. Now you see, this is a 4-digit number and this is the smallest number which is a perfect square. Means if I will find the square root of this, definitely that will be a perfect square. You can check here. So 3 and 3 are 6. If I will go for this 124, so 1024 is a square of 32. So 32 is the square root of 1024. I hope that is clear. So these are the two categories. One is belonging to your 12. Simultaneously 12 is belonging to your question number 18 as well as 17. Then your question number 13 is quite similar to your question number 19. One is the same thing. So in between, now two things are left. That is your question number 15 and question number 16. And question number 14 again is the area of the square filled is given. Find the side. So again you see, if I speaks about this question number 50, here it is in given decimals, like area of a square. So that side is equal to x decimeter. So area will be equal to what? X into x, that is x square decimeter square. Now according to condition, this x square is given. What is that given? Equal to, in question number 14 I am talking about. So this x square is now given 225.225.6004. So this is given. So again you have to determine the side taking square root of both sides. Taking square root of both sides, you will be getting x here and square root of this 225.6004. So I told after the decimal you have to make the pair from left to right. So one pair is 60 and another pair is 04. Before the decimal you have to make the pair from right to left. So 2 will left alone. So 2 2s are 4, 1 1s are 1. You have to read the tables in square. So 2 minus 1 is 1. This is 125. Double of 1 is 2. Then here it is 5. 125. This is gone. So note this step very carefully. Now turn of decimal, put the decimal there. Next turn is of 60. Please take out 60 down. Then complete pair of 60. Double of 15. Now don't count the decimal. Double of 15 is what? 30. Double of 15 is 30. So when you will put even 0 with this becomes 300, which will be greater than that of 60. So when this situation is taking place, if I put even 1, that will become 301. So simply you need to put a 0 here as well as 0 here and copy down the next pair. I repeat, if 60 is here and here it is 30, I put 0 here and copy the next pair. Now that is 6004. So you know 4 at the unit place when it is last step, if it is a perfect square, either will come at 2 or will come at 8. So I am trying with 2. If you will put 2 here, so 3002 into 2 will make it 6004. I hope that is clear. So side of the square here in this question will be equal to what? 15.02. So that much is enough for today. I will be back to you with your question number 15 and question number 16 somewhere tomorrow. So till then you please try these. Still, if you do have any query, feel free to speak to me and take your time to understand this concept of finding the square roots.